Hi Aries, how's it going? I hope you're doing awesome today. Happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday for me, but whenever you come across this video is when you're supposed to receive the messages, okay? So I'm going to do a general reading. Just take what resonates and leave the rest. I'm using 2 decks today. This is the Celtic Tarot deck, and this is the Energy Oracle Cards deck. Okay, so let's just clear the energy of the cards first. I call upon the divine powers to help clear and protect these cards, for my intention is to use them for good only. I declare that only good shall come from their use, and that all negativity shall be turned away from them. Amen. Okay, so Aries. Okay, I'm going to be pulling one oracle card from this deck, and then I'll pull 10 tarot cards from the other deck and do a Celtic cross spread. If any of your cards come out upside down, it means you're getting extra protection from Spirit. I just channel the messages, okay? So all the messages you received today are from Spirit. If I'm picking up anything with my intuition, I'll let you know it's from me. Otherwise, all the messages are from Spirit. Your first message is action. This actually just came out yesterday, I think, but it came out reversed. And then with this deck here, we'll pull 10 tarot cards for a Celtic cross spread. People can show up in your reading. Kings, queens, knights, pages. They either represent you, someone in your life, or a situation. Okay, Spirit, can I please have 10 cards for Aries? What guidance, insight, confirmation, clarification can you give Aries today, please, Spirit? All right, here we go, Aries. So your first card represents your current situation. You have rebirth. That's the Judgment card. And then what's crossing you or what's challenging you or your situation, you have the 5 of Cups reversed. Your Foundation card, 9 of Pentacles. Your past, 4 of Cups. Your immediate future, Temperance. It's equilibrium in this deck. The outcome you desire most in your situation, 8 of Cups reversed. Your self-image card, Ace of Cups reversed. Your environment or how others see you, 7 of Swords reversed. Your hopes and fears, Queen of Cups reversed. And then your future, if all is to remain as is, 2 of Cups. Awesome. So maybe we'll do your oracle message first. So you got action here, number 17. This card represents energizing effort and a willingness to work. This card tells you that now is the time for more aggressive forward movement. The galloping horses represent intentional and concerted action directed to your goals. This card upright indicates that you are on the right track, but your determined efforts must increase. The white horse is inner action of spirit and thought, and the black horse is the outer work that still needs to be done. So the advice from Spirit with this card is continue taking action and trust your intuition. In time, you'll break through and see the results you've been working so hard to create. Okay? The affirmation with this card is, I am responsible for my own life. I take action toward my goals and my own happiness every day. Okay? You are responsible for your own life. Then your first card is the Judgment card, or Rebirth on this card. This is a major arcana card. It represents your current situation. This card is represented by Pluto in astrology. So the Judgment card is all about reward for past effort. It's a card of judgment, rebirth, inner calling, absolution, reevaluation, outcome, responsibility. Okay, so now they're already repeating the messages. So I would make a note about responsibility, acceptance, purpose, renewal, reflection, reckoning, going through a total transformation. So the Judgment card, it suggests that you're having a personal awakening. Sometimes the card coincides with turning away from a traditional set of beliefs toward one that better suits your personal philosophy of life. Judgment represents the end of an old way of life, a cycle that is finished. It's time to seek a new direction, to make adjustments that reflect who you truly are. This is a positive card symbolizing regeneration and rebirth after a period of confusion and confinement. You may have felt dead in your old life. You have the unique opportunity to enliven yourself and your environment by making the appropriate changes. Spirit is saying, Aries, it's a time of freedom to be yourself. You've had a wake-up call from the universe and are now ready to step into a new phase of your maturing process. Your life is fairly settled now, and you are letting things grow at a steady pace without hurrying the process. A new phase in your life is coming into being as the natural result of your maturity. You might be getting some important news that will prove beneficial, or you may learn something new that will bring you joy and a sense of fulfillment. Your health improves and your problems are easily solved. On the Judgment card. The Judgment card can also be providing a call. You're being called to face your past before moving on. It's time to acknowledge whatever happened, accept it, and let it go. You have learned so much and you have been through so much. You now have the wisdom and strength to free yourself from the past. A time for change is at hand, perhaps a new job, a new relationship, or a new way of life. But in this case, you are more in control. You've decided to heed the call. You have the experience and the knowledge to move forward. You just have to make your final farewells. Okay? Judgment offers an opportunity to assess your actions before moving on to a new life phase. You may decide to give a relationship or a situation a second chance. The past may come back to you in the form of memories, and there could be an opportunity to release old emotions. At a spiritual level, this card shows a spiritual awakening and can also indicate mediumship. The overall message with this card is look back with compassion for yourself. Okay? When you look back at your life and your memories, just have compassion for yourself, Aries. What's crossing you or what's challenging you or your situation is the Five of Cups. This is Scorpio energy. So this card says you've experienced some type of personal setback. It's a card of acceptance, of moving on. You're finding peace. This is a card of self-forgiveness, seeing the positives, contentment. But you may be in a state of indecision. You might be refusing to make up your mind about something or to face facts. Spirit saying, Aries, just because there have been past losses doesn't mean there can't be future gains. And if you continue in this negative state of mind, you will only make things worse for yourself. This card could indicate an out of proportion reaction to loss, real or imaginary, for the sake of melodrama or attention. Okay. If you're experiencing any unhappiness, Spirit's saying it's a short phase and will end quickly. Spirit is saying be hopeful, but be cautious. Okay. So experiencing a personal setback or you've accepted something. This is a card of acceptance. You're moving on. You're finding peace. You're looking at this situation. You're seeing the positives, self-forgiveness and contentment. And then your foundation card, the basis of your situation or foundation, is the Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles is represented by Virgo. Again, you're being rewarded for past efforts. This card talks about success, achievement, independence, leisure, accomplishment, self-sufficiency, a sense of achievement. It's a card of safety, abundance, luxury, financial independence, self-esteem, material security, enjoying the fruits of your labor, spending wealth. It could represent a windfall. You might win some money. You're evaluating everything. You're being realistic with yourself. The Nine of Pentacles says you have integrated the factors of your life into a secure base, and now you're enjoying money, resources, and physical energy as a smooth combined flow. There is plenty all around you, material well-being, order, safety, and success. This card suggests that you are free from financial concerns and worries. You're in a period of abundance thanks to your good decisions in business or financial affairs. This card says you've arrived, accomplished your goals, and now feel secure. This card represents the achievement of good things. Not only have you prospered, but you've done so in a way you feel good about. You appreciate and cultivate the best of everything life has to offer, physically, intellectually, emotionally, and spiritually. This card can also indicate the enjoyment of simple but decadent physical pleasures and treats. It's a card of comfort, luxury, abundance, and sensuality. You find time to enjoy life's pleasures, which brings a sense of contentment as you appreciate the material things you deserve. There is work to do in the future, but now you can recharge and reflect on the success so far. This card can also signify financial independence, the freedom to be yourself and do what makes you happy. Another meaning of this generous nine is a deep connection with nature and feeling truly at home with yourself and at home in your environment. Spirit is saying, Aries, you have everything you need just now. The overall message with this card is, Take the time you need to nurture yourself. And then your fourth card is the Four of Cups. This card represents your past, but is relevant to your current situation. This is Cancer energy. So the Four of Cups can represent feeling disconnected or boredom. It can be indifference, melancholy. Maybe it could represent discontent. Maybe in your past you were not very content. It's a card of depression, crisis, self-questioning. Maybe you're questioning yourself, like looking back at your past and questioning yourself. But this card is you're reevaluating things. Maybe your life before compared to your life now. Spirit's saying meditate. You're contemplating things. This is a card of apathy. You may be withdrawing your emotions from a situation or a person. After intense emotional involvement, you may need some space for yourself. There's a feeling of letdown after a buildup, as in the postpartum blues or when you have to deal with all the nitty-gritties of making a marriage work. This card represents a state of apathy and withdrawal, but this may be a necessary rest after the hectic excitement represented by the Three of Cups. Spirit saying it's time to get away by yourself and just relax and recenter yourself for a while before getting back into the daily grind. Okay? This card represents self-absorption, apathy, and boredom. You've been disappointed by somebody or something, maybe from your past. And now you are emotionally stuck. You don't like what's in front of you, and you can't be bothered to look further than your own brooding mind. But Spirit's saying it's a shame, because if you listen to the voice of wisdom, you will look up and see that what you need is not that far away. Okay? The overall message with this card is listen to your heart and follow your knowing. Again, this is a card of boredom, hitting a plateau in a relationship or at work, finding yourself in a situation in which you are beginning to feel listless and even stuck. You may be feeling disillusioned and flat as the expectations you once had don't materialize. You may feel the need for inspiration or direction and hope for positive change. Rather than wait for things to improve dramatically, you can make some small decision that lifts your mood so you can see where to go next. Okay, and then again, go back to your action, your oracle message over here, Aries. Okay, now is the time for more aggressive forward movement. The galloping horses represent intentional and concerted action directed to your goals. Okay, this card says that you are on the right track, but your determined efforts must increase. The white horse is inner action of spirit and thought, and the black horse is the outer work that still needs to be done. So continue taking action and trust your intuition. In time, you will break through and see the results that you've been working so hard to create. Your immediate future card, what's likely to happen soon in your life, is the Temperance card. It's equilibrium in this deck. This is Sagittarius energy. So this card is all about balance, peace, moderation, having patience, being calm, having a balanced temperament, cooperation, compromise, being adaptable. It could represent your relationship. It's a card of tranquility, harmony, and serenity. Finding meaning, finding purpose, picking the middle path. It could represent picking the middle path. This card suggests that you watch your balance. Take the time you need to make sure your reactions, decisions, and words are appropriate for the situation at hand. You are advised to practice moderation and patience. Again, Spirit is saying this is no time for extreme behavior or melodramatic gestures. Okay? Moderation in all things. You are being cautioned to have patience, which can be a challenge for many people. The circumstances of your situation will teach you to wait calmly when it seems like nothing is happening. You are not in a position to hurry matters along. The only course is to sit and wait for things to develop on their own time. The trick is to make the waiting constructive. Learning to do nothing mindfully is a milestone on the spiritual path. There are times when nothing can be done and nothing needs to be done. You are being asked to blend things in a harmonious way. You are learning to temper your ego needs with the legitimate needs of the spirit within. This is a time of inner growth and outer harmony. Okay, that's what they're talking about with the black and white horses on this oracle card. With patience, you can unite the disparate elements, whether they are raw materials, resources, personal, or ideas, into a harmonious whole. Okay? The Temperance card. What else can I give you with the Temperance message? The overall message of this card is all about you will find clarity through being calm, okay? Temperance shows the need for balance and accuracy when life feels precarious. There may be many demands upon you, but you can take control. You may need to budget or plan your time to create more stability. An additional meaning is playing the part of peacekeeper or negotiator. You might have to do that very soon. And then the outcome that you desire most in your situation is the Eight of Cups. And it came out reversed, so extra protection from Spirit. So this is Pisces energy. This card is talking about stagnation, staying in a bad situation, or maybe you're walking away, aimlessly drifting. You might be trying one more time. There's a fear of change, a fear of loss. This is a card of indecision and avoidance, accepting less. You may be running away without facing your problem. Things haven't worked out as you had hoped, and you want to bolt without giving the situation a second chance. But Spirit's saying, if you split now, Aries, you may regret it later. This card suggests that you've given up the dream and decided to stay put, whether you are fulfilled and satisfied or not. Just take whatever resonates and leave the rest, okay? This card reverse could represent someone following a fantasy and not seeing the reality of their situation, but rather indulging in emotions. Remember, we said reality reevaluation. I already mentioned that. Um, but if you're not real with yourself, to thine own self be true, Aries. If you don't be real with yourself, the situation could lead to depression, okay? You may be stagnating due to indulging emotions without rational thinking and considering the facts. So really look at it, look at the situation honestly and be honest with yourself. Your self-image card is the Ace of Cups. It came out reversed. This is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. So the Ace of Cups has a few different meanings. It's emotional loss, blocked creativity. It's a card of emptiness, repressed emotions, coldness, feeling unloved, gloominess, instability. This card is telling you this card is all about self-love, okay? Reversed self-love. So make sure you're giving yourself a lot of self-love at this time, Aries. This card indicates delays or disappointments in love. Sometimes a new beginning doesn't develop as hoped. Difficulties in getting a new relationship or creative effort off the ground could be indicated, or something you're trying to set in motion meets unforeseen and frustrating obstacles. Spirit saying maybe this isn't the right time to start something new. This card suggests feeling depleted, empty, and very much in need of a spiritual or emotional refreshment. Or it could represent the opposite, feeling overwhelmed and drowning in emotions. This is a card of emotional turmoil, happiness that isn't long lasting, and experiencing love's energy that Spirit saying love's energy is dwindling. Maybe you're experiencing that. Then your environment or how others see you in your situation is the Seven of Swords reversed. So the Seven of Swords is Aquarius energy. Excuse me. This card is all about confessions, coming clean, rethinking an approach. It could be a card of deception. It's a card of conscience, regret, maliciousness. It's letting you know the truth will be revealed. It's a card of keeping secrets, imposter syndrome, self-deceit. This is a card of deception. You have the upper hand over a tricky situation, but you still need to exercise caution. Discretion and discrimination are required, as are diplomacy and maybe even evasive tactics. This card is urging caution in all dealings. Secretive action or indirect communications may be occurring behind your back. Nothing is quite what it seems to be, and you have to use your wit to achieve your aims. Be wary of overconfidence. You may appear to be on top now, but being too cocky could do you in, okay? So some type of deception going on. Spirit is saying maintain caution and vigilance in all things during this period. Stay open-minded and flexible so that you can respond to changes quickly. You may be experimenting with different plans of action, getting various points of view. If you Another message, another meaning of this card is warning you that if you have a plan, something planned, such a tricky plan will not work out, and whoever attempts it will be exposed. So if you're planning something, Spirit saying, like, if it's some kind of plan, just focus on your intuition, okay? This card is also telling you to take professional advice. Otherwise, you may lose out. Be cautious of burglary and superficial contracts as well. And then your hopes and fears card, what you hope for or fear the most in your situation. You have the Queen of Cups reversed, male or female in a general reading. This is Cancer energy. So this card is saying self-love, self-care and self-love, Aries. Okay, make sure you're giving yourself a lot of self-care, self-love. The Queen of Cups is someone who gives too much. It can be a bit of a martyr, is insecure, is dependent upon, it's a card of dependence, needy, someone who is overly sensitive, fragile, codependent. This card can indicate a love relationship that has gone sour, or someone who is having trouble expressing emotion. So they're already repeating the messages here. If this card represents a person, it can be a dishonest advisor. So be careful again who you're trusting there. Be careful whom you trust with your secrets and your emotional life, Aries. If this card represents you, it can mean that you're playing with possible dangerous psychic or emotional matters that you don't understand. The Queen of Cups reversed can represent someone who can be controlled by her emotions and become obsessive or manipulative. And she may play the victim a little too readily. Okay. This could represent a woman of dreamy nature, someone who is disconnected from reality. So they're repeating that message. Someone who gives more than they receive and suffers for sacrificing their own emotional needs. And then your future, if all is to remain as is, you have the Two of Cups. Okay? So the Two of Cups is represented by Cancer. This is the soulmate card. This card talks about unity, partnership, attraction, connection, joining forces, satisfaction. It's a card of love, passion, mutual respect. It could be a new relationship. Again, harmony, friendship, union, united love, emotional fulfillment. So you're moving in tandem with another person right now, and all is going smoothly. Or you will be in your future, like next 3 to 6 months. Whether this is a romantic relationship or a friendship, you feel accord, mutual admiration, and goodwill toward each other. Ordinarily, this card refers to a love match, but it can also indicate a partnership of another sort. This card promises a strong and passionate relationship. Such a relationship brings beauty and power to life. It can be, again, it can be a romantic relationship, but it can also be any such union of people, groups, ideas, or talent. The key here is the coming together of two things that creates a third thing that is in and of itself powerful, beautiful, and passionate. Okay? This card reminds you of the value of the soulmates in your life and can signify finding a new partner or friend with whom you have an instant bond. This may be romantic or platonic, but you feel naturally and intimately connected, as if you have known one another for a lifetime or more. Spiritually, this card can denote a karmic bond. In work, the card shows positive, supportive friends and colleagues who act in partnership with you to achieve a shared goal. The overall message of this card is, Aries, you are worthy of the deepest kind of love. Okay, so that's your reading. Let me know if that resonated with you. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment. And I will see you next time. Take good care, Aries. See you next time. Bye. Have a great day.